Have you ever faced a tough decision, wondering which choice would lead to the very best outcome for everyone involved? Act Utilitarianism directly addresses this by calculating utility for each specific action. It is an ethical framework that mandates choosing the action which, in any given situation, will produce the greatest good for the greatest number of people. This means assessing the net balance of pleasure over pain, or happiness over suffering, that results from that particular action right here and right now. The core mechanism behind this calculation is focused entirely on consequences. Act Utilitarianism does not rely on pre-established rules. Instead, it looks at the unique circumstances of each situation. Utility, in this context, is typically understood as happiness or overall well-being. To calculate it, one considers all individuals who would be affected by the action. For each person, the intensity, duration, certainty, and proximity of the pleasure or pain experienced are weighed. The why is simple. The moral rightness of an action is determined solely by its actual or expected outcome in that singular instance. So how do we actually do this? Imagine you have two options for an evening. Option 1, stay home and study for a test. Option 2, go help a friend who is feeling down. To calculate utility for each, you would first identify everyone affected by your choice, including yourself. Then, for each person, you would try to quantify the happiness or suffering that each option would create. For instance, studying might give you high test scores and personal satisfaction, while helping your friend might alleviate their sadness and strengthen your bond. You would then sum up the total pleasure and pain for each option, and the choice leading to the highest net positive sum of utility is the one Act Utilitarianism prescribes. This approach is sometimes associated with a concept known as hedonic calculus, proposed by Jeremy Bentham. While not always a precise mathematical formula, it highlights the empirical and quantitative aspirations of Act Utilitarianism. Unlike other forms of utilitarianism, it avoids general rules, allowing it to adapt to highly specific and nuanced situations. This flexibility can be a powerful tool, as it permits an action that might typically be considered wrong if that action, in a rare instance, produces the overwhelmingly best outcome. It is a direct and often demanding ethical method. Ultimately, Act Utilitarianism offers a pragmatic and consequentialist lens for ethical decision-making. By focusing rigorously on the outcomes of each individual action and meticulously assessing the balance of happiness and suffering for all stakeholders, it guides us toward choices that aim to maximize overall well-being. This requires careful foresight, an objective assessment of impact, and a commitment to producing the greatest good in every unique situation we encounter, making our actions directly responsible for the betterment of the world.